Good morning. I guess it's good afternoon at this point. We've had a bit of a morning here at my house. This one won't go to sleep, and he's pulling on me. My daughter has been throwing up this morning, and I haven't taken a shower. So, as opposed to you not getting your weekly tip today, I thought that I would make you a video because I have a lot to say, and it's just not working out today that I can type it all out for you. So, the topic that we are going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks is, do I need to invest in an app, a coach, a website builder, an email service, etc.? I had another topic in mind, but I decided to do a poll in our email subscriber only Facebook group. And this is what you said you wanted. So I was really surprised. I thought that this topic would be last of the picks that I gave you. So I'm really glad I asked. This video will be more of a general overview that you can use to apply to anything. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of an opportunity to go into the Facebook group and ask your specific questions. And I will be covering those for you in the next couple of weeks. So go in there, find the poll, and beneath that you can leave your specific questions, and I will either answer them in the series or I will give you a personal reply. So for this week, we're going to be talking about 4 categories of people and my advice for you based on which category that you are in. If you are in the first category, which is you cannot afford your basic groceries or transportation or what was I saying? Any of the basic necessities, then I do not advise you spending money on your art business at this point. I do want to help you though if you are in that situation. So you can go to my website, theartistmarket.co / oh, I don't remember. I will leave a link in the comments below. So you can go to that link. It's my giving back link if you qualify or in that group of people, and see how I can help you. If you are in the second category of people, give me a minute. You are making $0 to $10,000 a year on your art business, and it's not a top 3 priority for you. So that means maybe you have after-school programs going on, you've got a full-time job, maybe you're really focused on improving your eating habits, so you're trying to make your meals from scratch. And those are the 3 things that you have time to put your energy into, and anything else beyond that is just really not going to happen. So if you're in that category, I don't recommend spending money unless you just have an excess of money and 0 time, and you are okay with giving up some of that money to help you do things more quickly. Then that's totally up to you. If you're in the third group of people, you are making $0 to $10,000 a year on your art business, and it is a top 3 priority for you. So that means that you're completely determined that this is what you want, and you want it as quickly as possible, and you are going to make it work no matter what. So at this point, you have 2 options. You can either try going at it on your own for a year and see how far you can get with free advice from the internet before you decide what it is that you really need help with. Maybe some things you're good at, just from gathering up some tidbits here and there, and other things are way over your head and you just need some help. So those things you might want to consider spending money on after you've tried it on your own. The way you can do that is by trying to find ways to invest in getting your business off the ground, because it's really a huge learning curve at this point. And that could mean either cutting back on your budget or taking a part-time job. I've done that before, just to bring in some extra money to help you get the business you really want off the ground. And the fourth category of people is people who are making $10,000 a year plus from their art. At this point, what I recommend is putting your income into percentages. So if you get, let's use $100 as an example because it's easy. If you get $100 in, maybe 40% of that is going back into your art business. 20% of that is going to taxes, and then the rest is going to you as profit for your business. There's a book called Profit First that I like that teaches you this method. They actually recommend that you start at $0 when you're not making any money. Well, if you're making $1, then you would start by allocating different things to different percentages for every dollar that comes in. The reason that I don't necessarily agree with this advice is because I know that I wouldn't be where I am if I did not invest in myself to get help from other people or programs or software. They can really help project you to where you want to go a lot more quickly than you can if you're trying to figure it all out on your own. That is also, it depends if you have the money to invest. If you don't, then you can't. So you have to figure it out. And that's okay. You'll still get there. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So next, let's talk about questions to ask yourself when you're deciding if you should spend money on something. So you've already decided that at this point, yes, I can be spending a little bit of money. What makes the most sense for me in my business? Question number 1, will it save me time or give me more money? Question number 2, do I trust that this person or company, based on what I know of them or the recommendations that I'm reading and the reviews, do I believe that they're really going to give me the results that they're promising me? Deep down in my heart and in my gut, do I believe this will move my business forward in the direction I want it to go? A lot of times people promise things. I mean, it's all over. Everyone promises you something. And if everyone delivered what they promised, you would not have to spend money more than once, probably. You would just, buy that one thing and you'd be good to go. But you have to be willing to evaluate who you are willing to give your money to. The other questions are, am I willing to put the time into this that is needed to get my money out of it? So even if it's an app, it will need setting up. If it's a course, you're going to have to do the course and take the time to go through that course and implement everything you've learned. So everything, even if it saves you time, it still takes time to get you there. And question number 5, is this purchase aligned with my business model? So say you love Instagram, and that is how you want to be getting your traffic, is from Instagram. Don't listen to someone who is saying, hey, in order to make your business work, you have to do Facebook ads. And here's a course, and I will teach you how to do it. And all you have to do is give me $397, and you will have all the traffic coming in. If Instagram is not working for you right now, that does not mean that you have to switch to something else. That means you have to learn how to use Instagram better. So if your business model and what you love to do and how you want to do it is Instagram, don't be spending money on other traffic getting resources, whether it's an app or a course or whatever. Basically, steer clear of shiny object syndrome. Wait for the one that resonates in your gut and says, yes, this is exactly what I need right now. I know this will help me. So that is it for this week. Your homework is to join the Facebook group if you haven't already. The password will be in the email that accompanied this video because it is for email subscribers only. Thank you, Lenny. If you don't use the password, you probably will not get approved, or it will take forever because I have to go back and check Facebook names against email addresses, and they don't always line up, and I don't always get around to it. So after you've joined, leave me your questions around this topic so I can answer them for you. In the thread where I did the poll, that is where you should put your questions. If you have a question around if you should invest in your website, if you need a new email provider, hold on, please. If you should invest in an app or a program, or if you think you need a coach, leave me your questions there, and I will either give you a personal reply or you will get your question answered in this series. So I hope that this was not too long for you today and you didn't mind getting a video. It was very nice chatting with you in person, and I will talk to you next week.